Today we're tackling a common issue with the automatic Discovery Sport and Range Rover Vogue, and that's a jammed gear selector. So to begin with, you'll need to remove the trim around the gear selector. So to remove this, you'll need to open the cubby box in between the two front seats. You will then need to lift the trim directly upwards. You'll need a lot of force for this, and you work your way from the cubby box towards the gear selector. It will eventually come loose. You can now remove the handbrake and gear selector cables that plug into the bottom. If you do have a Range Rover Vogue, these cables are located in a different position, and there's also one for the drive mode selector. So what we first need to do is get a Torx screwdriver set. I've got this set that I'll purchase from Homebase, but there is one that I'll recommend to you guys that I'll also keep in the vehicle with me at all times in case I have any issues, and then I can do these quick repairs. So we're just going to remove these 6 screws first, and this will allow us to get the gear selector out of the center console set. Okay, so to remove these you will need a size 7 spanner. It's just a matter of loosening them. It would be a lot easier with a ratchet set. For the purpose of this video I'm just going to use this because my ratchet spanners are left in the Land Rover. Okay, we've now removed the plate from the back. And then what we have to do is remove 4 Torx screws holding this in. Okay, so the next stage is loosening this screw here, and that will allow us to manually raise the selector, and that will give us space to access the bottom. And then, yeah, we can get in the bottom now. Now this one's been repaired with tape before, okay, but I'm going to show you a better method of how to repair this because obviously tape does not last forever. So I'm going to repair this by using a cable tie, but in order to do this I'm going to have to drill 2 small holes to feed the cable tie through. You can obviously use a different method if you choose. For example, this one was done with tape before, but you could obviously use an elastic band or anything that will hold this clip away from the gear selector. Okay, so what I did was I drilled 2 tiny little holes on the side here, making sure that they're not going to obstruct anything. And then I threaded a tiny cable tie through, and I hooked it over this pin. And this is a locking pin that stops the selector from turning. So when that drops down into position, it will stop you being able to select a different gear. Yeah, so that's pretty much all you need to do, and then you can get it back together and put it back in the vehicle. Okay, what I'm going to do is wind this back in. We need to get these 4 silver screws back, Torx screws back into position. Now you can see the cable tie does stick out the side here, but that's not an issue. It's not going to affect anything. Now this issue is very common on these vehicles, so it can result in you being broken down on the side of the road and stuck, which obviously you don't really want to happen. So I do recommend keeping a size 7 spanner in the vehicle and a Torx screwdriver set just in case you need to do this repair. And then maybe some duct tape so that you can just do it temporarily, get you home, and then you can sort it out with a cable tie or send it away to have the resistor repaired. Now before I put it back together, I'm just going to give it a good clean because obviously this bit collects all the dirt from in the vehicle. Now we just put this back into position and then bolt it back on. It's a very simple job you can do at home, so you don't really need to send it off and get it done. Okay, so we're just going to connect it back up. It's just these 2 cables. A little bit hard to see in the dark, and this one's a handbrake one. Okay, then we slide the front end first, and then the back will drop into place. And then let's start the car. That's popped out. And yep. Okay, everything seems to be working again. So, no faults on the dashboard or anything. So there we have it, guys. The gear selector is now working again and we can get back on the road. So thanks for watching. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out a lot with the subscriptions. And if you do have any other questions, please don't hesitate to comment below. I'll do my best to answer them as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Take care.